Hello, boys and girls. It's your host for the most, Benjamin Dutill, with the Horror Heathen YouTube channel and the South Jersey Horror Podcast. Today, I have an outstanding guest who needs no introduction because she is a very talented and gifted actress. She stars in one of my all-time favorite horror comedy movies, Satanic Panic. Award-winning actress Ruby Modine. Just look at her, just horns up. I love it. It's great. It's fantastic. Um, yeah, you should know everything about her. I mean, she's just a phenomenal actress who's been in a lot of movies and TV shows. And screw it, I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna stop right there because everyone knows everything about you. So I don't need to say anything about you because everybody knows who you are. So
And no pressure. I just started sweating so much.
anyway, I don't know where you're joining us from, but thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Um, I did
Thank
notice
you.
that you took some pictures at Philly Stadium. I don't know if you're in Philadelphia or what.
No, I'm in New York right now, but that
Okay.
game, whoo, that was so much fun. My
I was I was just kind of jealous. Like she's at a baseball game. I'm here at work. That's not fair. So
man, I do that memory is very dear to me. And also Buddy, who I went to the game with, me, him, and Scout, we are all still talking about how phenomenal that was. So love bringing it back.
anyway, we're gonna talk to you about your role as Judy Ross in Satanic Panic, which came out in 2019. Like I said, one of my all-time favorite horror comedy movies. Great movie. I mean, star-studded cast. Um, I watched again last night because it's in my top 100. So, actually, it's in my top 50. Not gonna lie, I just lied to you. It's my top 50. I've got a lot of favorite horror movies, and Satanic Panic is in my top 50. So,
I
and it keeps getting higher
that.
and higher. So, in status in the tier. So,
Hey,
um,
okay. But
but yes. Anyway, if you could please enlighten us with you and a little bit about yourself and how your acting career started.
well, you gave me an amazing introduction, so I'm not going to do the whole "Hi, my name is," but yes, I'm an actor, I'm a singer, I'm a voice actor, and I fell into this wonderful world of creation because I was raised on set. My dad is also an actor, so I was lucky. I got to be on set at a very early age, and I caught the bug.
Oh wow, that's great. I mean, I kind of understand what you're saying is because I had no idea what horror was until I saw Hellraiser in the theater. So, and that was my very first movie seeing in theater, and I was a very young age. And me, a friend of mine, and I, we snuck into the theater, and he's like, "Dude, we gotta go watch this movie." I saw a commercial for it, and the theater is literally like 2 blocks around the corner. I'm like, "All right, if we get caught, it's your ass, dude, not mine." So, and I watched Hellraiser, and I was like, "I love horror movies." And then, sure as shit, a couple of days ago, not a couple of days ago, last week, I interviewed Simon Bamford, who was in Hellraiser movie, and he was right. It's S&M and horror, pretty much. So,
You know, I feel like you're going to be really disappointed, but I've actually never watched Hellraiser because the poster of it always terrified me with the needles and everything. I if I can't get past the movie poster, I don't know how I'll watch the film. Like I've had nightmares about just that.
so we talk about that poster.
Yes, no. Oh, it's in your house.
Anyway, I love Hellraiser. So yeah, that's the first movie that I fell in love with horror. And someone's like, "So you felt your love for sadomasochism?" Like that's not true. I can neither confirm or deny that. So
Ugh, all right, well maybe I'll watch it. Maybe. I'll let you know if I do.
it's it's a lot of body horror. And if you can do with okay, if you could do a Satanic Panic, you could do Hellraiser. Come on now. So
Oh, all right. All right, challenge accepted.
it's not that bad. Everyone thinks it's bad, but it's not. Anyway, so in the movie, your role, you're remarkable in your role. You nailed it to a T. Um,
Thank you.
it's a very different style of horror comedy from the Happy Death Day movies, which I also loved. And a friend of mine, Haley Richardson, she loves the Happy Death Day movies. She's a big fan of them. Um, so can you begin telling us how you got involved in Satanic Panic and what attracted you to the movie?
Okay, Satanic Panic was, I got an audition, I went out for it, and then casting brought me into the office. And my audition scene was when I'm rambling about what my mom and her butt buddies are going to do. And I'm not going to lie to you, it was really hard because there's a lot of, the different kinds of creatures, and I'm explaining it, and it's going to come out of your coochie like a revolving door of brown beef. Like there was so much to be said. And I remember being in the room after I got the call back, and I couldn't get that dialogue down clean. And I just put my hand up, and I was just like, I'm so sorry. Like, this is so hard. And by the grace of God, they were so patient with me. And yeah, I got the script after that. And I remember just laughing so hard after I closed it and being like, what the fuck did I just read? It was not like anything I had read before. I was so stoked that it was going to be Chelsea Stardust directing it. I was so curious about who was going to be playing Haley's role. Like it was such a concoction of excitement, confusion, and oh my gosh, I have to get in on this to see how this is going to come about. And yeah, I'm glad that I did. It was quite the experience. I wish Haley was
Well,
here to help me out. You'll talk to her next time.
I'm glad you liked it because I liked it too. Obviously, I mean, so
Oh man.
I could
And
tell by
yes,
what.
you are very different than the Happy Death Day films.
Yes, I see it. Even the sequel to Happy Death Day was great. I mean, it's just the mask that the killer's wearing though is a little disturbing. So it's a big
There were
baby
a lot
face.
of you. There was a table just dedicated to the baby face masks, and I think that there was like a dozen on the table, and I just remember going, "Oh, this is really off-putting."
I wouldn't know what to do with myself. When I saw that. I'm like, nope, I'm good. I'm gonna go back to my trailer. Just let me know when it's ready. It's time to go, and let me know when you're ready to roll. I'm not just gonna sit there and play games or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, screw that noise. I mean, I love horror. It's just some things are still disturbing to me. There's some things I can't take. So,
Yeah.
like snakes, I'm definitely afraid of snakes. I hate snakes. I can do
I
it.
love
Like my you love snakes? God, you and I are
there's
two
some
different people. This is I could
well,
deal with a ruthless spiders than snakes. So
you like spiders more than snakes?
no, I don't, but I can deal with spiders more than I can with snakes.
I woke up the other night and I had a fuzzy brown spider crawling on me, and I was amazed that I didn't freak out. I just kind of went like, "No, thank you." First time ever.
Well, don't ever deploy to the don't ever go to the Middle East when you got camel spiders. Those things freak me out. So yeah.
Okay.
Say I'm gonna shut up now because I'm gonna you prairie dog in your seat on me. That's just not cool. So
Yeah. I'm planning the box that I'll be sending you. The thank you box will have a snake in it so far, a spider, and something Hellraiser-esque. Esque.
it's just not that bad. Jesus. Okay. Anyway, so your initial thoughts, reading the script, you're probably going like, "What the fuck am I looking at here?" So, and it's a movie about a cult that is having a cocktail party, and all of a sudden it turns out to be a sacrificial ritual. I want to know what was going through your head.
The, okay, I'm going to be very transparent. So it was absolute excitement, and then getting there and going into the bubble that was Satanic Panic. The whole crew, the cast is all around. These mansions that we were filming in were, I mean, one of the mansions that we filmed in literally had a water park in their backyard, like a full blown water park. It was just anyway. Um, yeah, so to enter into the world was something very different than what was on the page. And a lot of people on set had crystals in their pocket. When we shot the sacrifice scene, Haley and I were up on an altar with the amazing Rebecca Romaine, doing her prayer, excuse me, and it was on Halloween night. So a lot of us were very superstitious. We were very nervous, but I mean, all in all, it was a challenging and awesome experience. The kitchen scene, I've never had so much Sharpie all over my body, and just little things like that. Haley and I running through the forest, we both equally got hurt. because we fell, and the guns, and I don't know. It was just going backwards. I could map out a lot of different stories to tell you, but it was great at the end of it. And legendary cast, legendary crew. Like everybody was so enthusiastic, so excited, and yeah, it was a really cool experience and terrifying because to be on a set with people that love horror so much, you didn't know when you were going to turn a corner and somebody was going to pop out and scare you and you were going to have like a heart attack or something. You know what I mean? Uh-uh.
Absolutely. I mean, like they mentioned the permanent marker, like drawing stuff, drawing their body. It could have been worse. Like you could have really drunk and passed out. People drawing like very obscene things on your body instead. But let's not go there. I mean,
No.
not that I'm talking from personal experience, but just I've had some weird shit happen to me if I ever blacked out at a party. I woke up in handcuffs one time, thinking like, "What the hell's going on?" Anyway,
Oh my
I
goodness.
had I had no clue what happened that before. I got so messed up. So I was in the army barracks parties. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay.
Noted.
But I can tell by watching a movie, the way the actors are on screen when they're doing the saying the lines and they're being directed. I can tell that the energy is like positively charged the entire time because the movie is so entertaining. I mean, there's there's part you can't look away from the screen. I mean, because sometimes if I'm not into the movie, I'll pick my phone out and I'll get on like Facebook or Instagram. But Satanic
Yeah.
Panic, my phone was down the entire time. I'm like, this is such a great movie. I mean, well directed. The actors performed exceptionally well. It's just like I said, it's a really good movie. It's in my top 50. So okay, I'm bragging about this. Stop bragging, Ben. Jesus Christ. So the movie has some wild practical special effects. Absolutely love the special effects. And I'm gonna say you and Haley, run through the woods, tripping on shit, and you must go through some pretty intense stuff on set. What was it like filming the more wilder scenes?
Okay, so before we got to set, I went and did my first life cast, and that was terrifying because I have a thing about claustrophobia and not being in control. So they had this amazing double head of mine, which is mid puke, which I was just about to do it for you, but I'm not gonna let that image live on the internet forever. But I'm like mid vomit. So imagine that. And they life cast me and then they bring it to set and they attach this insane hose to it so that they would go 3, 2, 1, fire. And then this just projectile vomiting that was so violent occurred. That I know. So that was one thing that actually blew our minds. We were laughing so hard on set, but yeah, it was I've never had that experience, and I definitely do like the practical effects just because of the artistry that's behind it, and you get to spend time with the people that are creating these incredible just creatures. I mean, Emma, who is one of the special effects artists, her name is oh, forgive me if I'm wrong, but Emma Siate or Sayat. Forgive me, Emma, but she is one of the most talented artists I have ever had the privilege to work with, and she ended up being a lot of the characters in the film, like the huge tree that grabs Haley. That's Emma. Anyway, I could go on a tangent on that, but yes, and Tate and Sandy, just all of them had this one little area, and watching them build and bring to life these wild animatronics, I think it's called, like just mind blowing, insane. And oh, what was it? Oh, I remember the little doll body that they created for the choking scene. Oh, it was so cool in person. Like a total fangirl, as you can hear. Like I was losing my shit left and right on set. I was like, what? Like, but yeah, I think that's what you get when you see things being built in front of you, as opposed to creating it on a green screen and then you watch it way later on. You know what I mean?
See, that's what I love about you. You're very passionate about your job. It's great. I love it. I mean,
Did you see my face just now? I was like, I have to take it.
I mean,
uh,
I'm trying to kick myself in the ass with this next comment, but I've talked to some actors in the past who just sat there with a monotone voice. I'm like, are you gonna say something, dude? Like, I mean, come on now.
bro,
So
I prepared to be that. I was doing my makeup and I was like, I'm gonna be calm. I'm gonna be cool. It's gonna be great. And no, I get too excited because yeah, you're right. I love what I do. I'm lucky and I know it.
And that's why you're an award-winning actress, because you're great at it.
I appreciate that.
So I think that you and I, plus the audience, we can all agree that this entire cast does an amazing job of managing, going from a hilarious scene to a horrific one with no difficulty whatsoever. However, there's a transition between scenes. And I want to know, how difficult was that to transition from like being from funny to serious?
It actually wasn't very difficult because we had the privilege of having a great director, and Chelsea would pull us to the side and talk to us. She would have us talking in groups about what was going to be happening. And it was so helpful for her to explain, like just kind of to always remind us where we're coming from, where we're going, and the importance of, yes, there is a layer of comedy that is it was sometimes really hard to get through because Haley and I would be doing our scenes and be like, ooh, don't laugh, don't do it. But yeah, when you have somebody that's guiding you like that, the way that Chelsea guided us, it made it flow really really well. And I mean, there were missteps that were taken on set. Like I had a reaction to some of the makeup and I woke up and I literally could not open my eyes. It was a terrifying day on set. And whenever I watch the scene, which is Haley and I talking on the couch, I'm always looking at that because we had to physically get my eyes to open and we had to just coat my, oh my Lord, you have no idea. It was so much makeup because it was so swollen, et cetera, et cetera. But even in moments like that, like Chelsea was so graceful in all the bumps that naturally occur when you're on a set. And yeah, so she made all the transitions very, very easy. I appreciate her for that. Love you, Chelsea.
And she brags about you on Instagram all the time too, as well. I don't know if you know that or not. So
Does she?
she does. It's like when I announced I was doing an interview on Instagram, she's like, "Oh my God, Ruby's such a talented actress. I love her." I'm like, "Okay," which is good. I love seeing directors say positive things about the actors in their movies. It just tells you that the connection is there. You got the camaraderie. I mean, the closeness, and I love seeing that. I mean, like I said, you
And
got some
also,
actors. Go
oh,
ahead.
I was just gonna say, the excitement that you and I are talking about. Chelsea had that too. I have this great behind the scenes of me about to do something, and she's in the background screaming, "Oh my fucking god!" So
See, goddamn, I could be in a movie with an act with a director like that. That'd be just great. That'd be awesome. Um, so you're working with great legendary actors. You got Rebecca Romaine, Jerry O'Connell. His character in the movie was a trip, by the way. I mean, it's just, I'm just sitting here wondering, like, what's this guy's problem? And then as the movie goes on, it further progresses. It explains more what's going on, and then yeah, and you got Jeff Daniel Phillips, the neurotic sidekick. I mean,
he's so like the legendary cast all around. And the Rob Zombie films, make me faint. And so when Jeff arrived, excuse me, on set, as I was about to faint just now, when Jeff arrived, I was like, oh my gosh.
so you're like, "Woo! It's 100 years of me. Woo!"
Holy shit. The legends are arriving one by one.
Hold on, let me get my fan out. Let's cool myself off. What? Hi. No, no, I'm good, thanks.
Hey, and now the monsters, just come on. How it's so cool.
So how did you get around working with Jerry O'Connell in his part? I mean, I gotta know how there had to be some goof ups. There had to be some goof ups on the set.
I've got to tell you, that's a question for Haley because I didn't even get to work with the wonderful man who played my dad, who I've known since I was a kid because he did this film called What the Deaf Man Heard with my dad. So for him to have then been playing my dad, it came around full circle. But I didn't even get to work with him.
That
Champagne
sucks. That would be great. To be so a petition to work with Jerry O'Connell next time. So so do you have a favorite scene in the entire movie? Do you have a favorite scene?
uh I have so many favorite scenes, and it's because everybody did such a great job in different areas, but like I love Hannah. Oh my gosh, her babysitter is just I should be her for Halloween. But yes, my favorite scene, I'm sorry, is probably the sitting on the couch scene with Haley. That was a really important day on set. And like I told you, I was having this insane reaction to whatever had happened the day before. And we just, there was such camaraderie there and collaboration and support in all ways. And we got to shoot the whole living room scene in one go. So it just was, there was so much laughter and there was so much, excuse my language, what the fuck is happening in between stuff. Cause we were like, this is crazy. So that's definitely my favorite day on set.
That's awesome. Well, you can't have a good horror movie with a lot of what the fuck moments. It's just it
Yeah.
has to be there. So
Sometimes the dialogue, once you said it and they said cut, you'd be like, what? It's so good and so crazy.
to rewind a little bit, you were in
Yeah.
Happy Death Day in the sequel, and then Satanic Panic. What draws you to the horror genre?
I don't know. I think it's the adrenaline. I enjoy doing these really intense films. Like, I mean, the second feature I ever did, Central Park, that was my first horror film. And it's just kind of taken off since then. And so far, the scariest film that I've done is Fear, directed by Dion Taylor. That was watch it and then message me. Like, it just is insane. And yeah, like I said, I think it's about these scenarios that are terrifying and that you would never want to find yourself in. But then they get to say cut. So you're like, oh, I'm okay. So you get the adrenaline from it and you get to be scared. But then you're okay at the end of the day.
I did see Fear. It's about the couples that go to
You,
the retreat, right? Of the mountains or something like that. Yes, I saw it. I have seen
you're,
Fear. It's pretty good. I enjoyed it. It's pretty good.
it was, that
It's
was a scary film to shoot, dude. Like
it,
that,
it,
that's
it
scary spot was exactly what it was in the film. So, nightmares for months.
so do you ever have PTSD working on sets like that? I'm curious. I mean,
Oh, absolutely. God. Then excuse me. The the nightmares that follow. I had my first, and this is true, I had my first experience with sleep paralysis after I wrapped the first horror film I ever did, which was called Central Park. And it was because we had like 3 weeks of night shoots, and that just messes with your head. So yeah, I experienced like nightmares for a while and some skittish jumping when I turn corners. But other than that, it's great. It's exciting.
wow, I can relate to PTSD. Being a combat veteran, I totally understand PTSD. It's great. I get it.
Oh,
So
very insanely different.
yeah, but it's still kind of on the same level though, so I can relate to what you're talking about. Um,
Okay.
so if you could play any other role in Satanic Panic, who would it be and why?
Oh my gosh, but everybody does such a good job. I I think that I would want to play Arden Mirren's part. She was so funny, but like I just said, like she did it so well, which is why I would like if I did it, I would copy her, which you never want to do. So yeah, I would definitely if I could play another character in Satanic Panic, it would be Arden Mirren's character. She's
Uh,
hilarious.
it's kind of hard to remember who that was. What was her character in the movie again?
Uh, she's choking me and she's like, damn it,
Oh,
she knows the book. She's
okay,
just
now I remember. Okay,
running around. She has all these amazing beats. Like, damn it, Jerry, or damn it, Jeffrey. For sure.
so another question I'd like to ask: if you can act in any other movie or any genre, which movie would it be and why?
Vampires every day, all day, every single year of my life. And I still have yet to play a vampire. I want to do vampire everything and make it a period piece vampire movie. Swoon.
Like
And
Dracula, like
people,
Bram Stoker's. Yeah,
all of it, all of it, all vampires. Bring it
you hear
on.
that, directors? Get her on the next vampire movie, all right?
Please. I'm so ready.
Well, I'm sure if you were to cast for a vampire role, I'm sure you'd nail it. So, 100% positive you would nail it. Because
I am
if they weren't to get you on their movie, just tell them to call me and chew their ass out. Okay,
done. I wrote it down. He said it. Everybody heard it.
you heard this guy, right? Do it now. So, when it comes to influences, every actor I've talked to has an influence, whether it be past, present, future. Well, not really future. That's kind of like irrelevant. Past or present. Who are your biggest influences?
Well, I know that it's obviously somewhat of a cliche, but my first influence began with my dad. I loved you know what? I'm gonna wait for 1 second because there's an alarm that's about to go off and I don't want to interrupt your podcast. Can we wait for 15 seconds? I'm assuming it's 15 seconds. It's gonna go off at 5:30. I hope you cut this out. I'm sorry. Now I'm killing time. Oh, you know what? I can cancel it. 1 second. Okay. And I'm back. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, sorry. Going back to you. Please edit. Oh my god, my light just fell. Okay. That alarm clock. Okay. Messed me up. Okay, I'm sorry about that, Ben. Okay, hello.
Hi, you're back.
We're back. Okay. Three, two, one. So yes, the cliche would
And
thank you. The cliche would obviously be my dad, right? Because I grew up with him and I loved all the elements of what went into what he created. I loved running lines with him. So that brought me into the artistry. And then I was really lucky to meet very, very strong women within the industry. And I think that that's where it kind of took off for me. So any influence that I have, be it an actor, a singer, an activist, it doesn't matter as long as it's anybody that's for, let's say, the greater good of humankind. We're getting really heavy here now. I would say that those are my influences. I want to follow and listen to people that have great and powerful things to say that are helpful in all ways.
that's good
I
because
bet
I
you didn't.
loved your father. The way?
I bet you didn't hear that one coming.
No, I wasn't expecting that. That's great. And I do love your father, but he is a good actor. I mean, he's an outstanding actor. He's got that swagger when it comes to being in the movies. He's got that swagger, which is I love so much. Like in Stranger Things, absolutely brilliant. So,
Totally agree with you. Totally agree.
and if you're hearing this, Matthew, please come on my show. I've been trying to get you for a long time.
He really is a phenomenal human being, and I'm grateful that he's my dad, and I'm grateful that he is one of my main role models because he really is a phenomenal human being. Like a good bowl of spaghetti.
I never heard that. Okay, that's a great comparison.
Getting weird
You're
now.
a bowl of
What's the next?
spaghetti, Dad, with some feta cheese on top. Anyway, yeah. But like I said, because in the last season of Stranger Things, he was the person you love to hate. So because like all throughout the entire season, he's the villain, but at the end, he's the hero by saving 11. And I thought that was just brilliant. And like now, I have a lot more respect for this guy. So
I tell you, I'll say it really quick. The photo that I took of myself ugly crying and I sent it to him and then I called him and was like, oh my god, she didn't say that she understood. Like that death scene, that whole moment between Papa and 11, that got me. Oof, that got me.
yeah. So please tell your dad I think he's a brilliant actor and he needs to come on my show.
I promise you I will pass that message along.
So as we're winding down, and I got a few more questions to ask you. According to your IMDb page, you are currently working on 6 different projects. I mean, that's a lot. I mean, you got your hands full. I can tell.
Oh my.
So, so 4. Yes, I'm a stalker. I'm sorry.
Sorry. No, not a stalker. I just, when you said 6, I was like, holy crap. And there's like 2 more about to go up. It can't be that many.
So, well, I'm only going by what I saw on your IMDb page. Got 4 in development and 2 in production. So, can you elaborate on any of those? Are they like Secret Squirrel, Hush Hush, G14 classified?
Yeah, kind of. I will say that I did just wrap one of my favorite productions I have ever been on. It's called Dead Giveaway, directed by Ian Kimball, who is another bowl of spaghetti. And I got to work with Michaela Hoover, Scout Taylor Compton, who I've literally wanted to work with forever, and Buddy Kane and Jesse Hitt. I mean, it's an amazing cast. The crew is uh, the whole project. I think you're gonna love. It's a comedy horror about a young woman who wakes up with the hangover from hell, and there's a dead body in her bed. And how did it get there? And the goal, the mission, is to make brunch by 3 p.m. Dun dun dun. So I just wrapped that. Amazing production. I could go on about that for a whole other interview. But yes, and the other films, podcasts, all of that's coming out. I can't really talk about, but it's all very, very unique and very cool. And one of them is one of the scariest horror movies I've ever read. And I'm terrified for the nightmares that will be coming after that.
Lots and lots of volume. Okay, that just so
Yeah.
yeah.
And in the midst of all those projects, I'm also working on my third album, which I'm super excited about. So there's a lot of pots on the stove, and I'm excited about all of it.
Well, this is fantastic. I mean, you like I said, you got your hands full, and Jesus Christ, I mean, you keep yourself busy, which is great. I love it, and
It
you get
wasn't
you
so
where many.
he keeps me busy too. No,
Not
I'm
only
trying to
are
get him
you
to
an
come up.
actress, but you're a music writer, you're a singer. You do all sorts of shit, which it's great, and you're very talented, obviously. And I'm very happy for you how your career has gone so far. And I'm not psychic, I'm not a clairvoyant, or and I don't claim to be anyway. Is I can tell that you have a very prosperous future ahead of yourself. So it
Thank
because it's yeah, absolutely. I mean, I can tell you could play any part that's given to you. So yeah, just be that person, and
you.
I will love you forever. So
I really appreciate that. I really do. And I loved being interviewed by you. And I definitely will tell you that this is not the last time that you will be seeing me, because Haley and I both want to be interviewed with you together, but I know she's going to do it by herself first, yada yada yada.
I gotta get a hold of her first. I mean,
I
so
got you. I got you.
well, that's all the time we have, ladies and gentlemen. I'd love to keep this going, but Zoom is a pain in the ass. I'm about to get cut off here in a second. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the beautiful, the talented Ruby Modine, the daughter of famous Matthew Modine. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate taking the time. And you stay wonderful. And I will see you on the big screen.
I will see you in the future. Suicidal Tendencies is about to be played.
That's good. All right. I got the records. I'm going to play one right now. So
Thank you so much for everything. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much.